Hi my dear viewers, I am an independent filmmaker, Gökçe Açıkgöz. Some of you already know me from my own movies made in Turkey, Europe and Australia. However, I would like to briefly introduce myself today before I start talking about the new content. In 2012, after graduating from Marmara University, Cinema and Television Department, I founded Art Laboratory where I can improve my artistic skills and people around me. In this way, I started giving classes such as scriptwriting skills, acting theories, filmmaking techniques. In 2016, I moved the art laboratory to European countries with my one-year trip to Europe. Afterwards, I continued to do my works and educational activities under the name of Peacock Film Productions. On the other hand, I continued to shoot independent art films. After the movie Seeking, which I shoot in Turkey as my graduation thesis, I went to Europe to shoot some of experimental and poetic movies. The first of my experimental movie, which is called The Egg, has been made in Poland. The other one, which is called Hopkrams, made in Germany in 2016. In 2018, I moved to Australia to work on my first feature movie project, which is called The Beyond. I started working on my first feature movie in Australia within 4 years living time. Now here I am, and I would like to talk about poetic cinema by giving some examples from my own artistic movies. Why I choose poetic cinema? Let's answer this question firstly. Since my childhood time, I used to write poetic stories. Of course, I was not aware of the way how I was writing. After I had enough education and professional experience as a filmmaker, scriptwriter, I realized that I am very into experimental and poetic filmmaking part. And I started to adapt my poems into a movie script to make a movie from them. In the creative process, artists feed themselves from their emotional depth. They enter a special relationship with themselves. Sometimes we see an imagination and we want to pursue that imagination because the content we are looking for moves us to make it happen. Now I am going to tell you what is about that kind of imagination moves me forward. First of all, let's look at the meaning of the word imagination. It's the power of mentally establishing between past, present, future, the mind's ability to design and create the image. The second meaning of imagination, philosophically term, is the ability to design an object or a situation in the mind. While I am creating a story, I use the second meaning of the imagination. I would like to give you an example about it, talking about the movie Peacock, made in 2017 in Poland. Literally, at first, it was just a poetic sketch. I carried the letter with me in Europe while I was searching for a deep story. I realized that every single symbol of my life showing me that poetic sketch make me move. One day, by chance, I read the poetic sketch and I decided to make a movie from it. Firstly, I started to work on from the poetic text to make it a scenario, and I came up with the Peacock scenario, and I continued to produce the movie within a great discipline. Of course, the natural coincidences I encountered while working on Peacock movie for a year and the inner motivation that pushed me to make this movie happen were very important. The artist's inner voice that inspires him gives him a vision. The artist develops this vision through the works he brings to the life. What makes me a visionary is the voice inside me. The special voice that I have pushed me to make an art. Okay, let's talk about the director's imagination in the poetic cinema. The director's imagination is very important in poetic cinema. Of course, you have a great technical text with you to make this movie happen, but the director uses his imagination while interpreting the text. Let's examine a scene from the Peacock movie together. You will see the screen very soon. Okay, scene 2, land, day, middle-aged people, children. around 10-15%, which is written. People are chatting and some of them have glasses in their hands. Some of them change their feelings and mood frequently. Thus people back away from the others and they prepare themselves as if they are playing act again. Some people around are watching each other from far away. Also the children appear in some of the places in the scene. The elders don't care of children and the children seem so unhappy and some of them seem motionless. Of course, what is written in the script may not be in the exact movie. A study is carried out in accordance with the conditions you create during the filming. If you work independently and do a lot of work by yourself as a director, producer, doesn't matter what is the role you have, you need to be ready for any kind of crisis at any time on the set. What gives the Peacock a poetic depth is not just the subject matter and the scenes play. The master shot technique I use for Peacock movie serves the film also very well. The master shot technique consists of recording the scene without interruption from the beginning till the end. The technique I use for Peacock movie, which is called a master shot, is a perfect technique for non-stop shooting. It is difficult, I know, but when you receive that goal on the set, it serves your film very well. You want to make a poetic movie or poetic scene or depth scene, and you are looking for a kind of technique with your camera and you are discussing with your cinematographer, you can use the technique master shot that I use for Peacock, and you can watch the movie as an example because all the movie has been shot in one master shot. Why I use the master shot technique? Because I want my viewer is not interrupting from the movie. I want my viewer are watching the movie from the beginning till the end without stopping. My first poetry book, which is called I Killed Myself, published it in 2022. Unfortunately, it is not English yet, but at first opportunity, I will translate the book to English for my English viewers. If you are interested, you can have a look. I will just drop the link in the description part because I also describe which of my poems has been adapted to a movie scenario. You will find it easily from my book if you speak Turkish language too. In this video, I briefly introduce myself and I give some of example from my works. I hope you enjoy it. I have a surprise for you. People who are interested writing scenario, they have already written a scenario or film stories, but they have never received a professional support before. I am here for you. If you feel confident within yourself and with your project, you can send me your project for evaluation. If I find them original and interesting, I am happy to give you a great feedback. You can send me an email if you have already written a scenario, film stories. Please limit the story line in one page. You can send me the synopsis, not the all stories. And if you think this is not enough, I want to have one-to-one sessions constantly. I am happy to help you. There may be some people among you are interested in filmmaking process, script writing techniques, acting theories, iPhone photography and videography techniques. Feel free to send me an email if you are interested to have one-to-one sessions. I hope you enjoyed this video. We will see each other in our next content.